Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of GG, where there's aliens! No, just kidding, but we only have buses that are on fire. Huh? Yeah, true story. So here's the story behind that. So my friend was walking to class last week, and the bus that goes in the main building drives by, and he noticed that the back of it, it's on fire. So he runs to the next bus stop, just to tell the guy on the bus, sir, your bus is on fire. Huh? Sir, your bus, it's on fire. Oh shit! So the guy runs out back and sees that the bus is on fire. So he calls the fire department and they take the bus away, cool it all down, and the rest of the day is good. But yeah, buses are on fire. It's a thing. Anyways, so this week's episode, I'll be talking about video game pancakes. Yeah, that's a thing. How we tend to buy games more than once that we already have, and trust me, I've done that a lot after looking at that article. A Sonic and Mega Man comic in the works. That sounds pretty sweet, right? And some Hyrule Historia for funsies. So, pancakes. So a guy last week on Reddit posted how his friend made video game character pancakes for his 2 kids. And dude, these things are probably the coolest breakfast foods I've ever seen in my life. They're video game character shaped pancakes. Pancakes! Like, I would feel bad just eating these because of how awesome they are. Ugh, Kirby, you taste so good. Oh, that got inappropriate really fast. Welp. But seriously, that must have took some major skill to make those, and for that, I thank the guy. So, have you ever bought a video game more than once? I know I have, and apparently this guy in IGN has also. Last week he wrote an article saying how he's bought Super Mario Bros. For at least 5 times. So pretty much for every major Nintendo console that's come out. Man, that's just a lot of times, isn't it? So I know I've done this. Back in high school I sold my N64, my GameCube, and my Wii. Only realized after graduating high school, I hugely regretted selling my N64 and my GameCube. So after I graduated, I rebought an N64, and pretty much built back my collection to this day. I also rebought a GameCube recently, and have started building my collection to that as well. However, I really don't regret selling my Wii at all, because, let's face it, it sucked. But the one thing I do regret about the Wii is I still haven't been able to play Skyward Sword yet. And as a huge Zelda fan, this really disappoints me. But I'll play it someday. Someday. So there's a Mega Man Sonic comic in the works. Huh? Yeah, that's right, a Sonic and Mega Man comic. So Archie Games has decided to make a couple issues colliding the Sonic and Mega Man worlds. How awesome is that? Now, I'm not sure what the whole background story for it is, but there will be a couple issues featuring both worlds and it colliding. Maybe I'll have Sonic and Mega Man working together, or Eggman and Dr. Willy. Who knows? We'll have to read and find out. So you can expect that coming out mid to late May, maybe early June. There's no official release date yet, but they have said that it's going to be around that time that'll be coming out. And I know I'll definitely be checking out an issue of that. And finally, we're going to talk about some Hyrule Historia. So I got this book last Thursday, and I read it religiously like it's my new Bible. And I found a few things that I thought were really interesting. I mean, I found a lot of things that are really interesting, but these are pretty much the main ones that stuck out to me the most. You know Rauru, the light sage from Ocarina of Time, right? Turns out he's that annoying bitch owl that always follows you as a kid. You know, the one that stops you when you're about to leave the forest for the first time, and he's like, "Wait, Link, I need to show you my info." And he trolls everyone since 1998 about the whole, you know how you press B as fast as you want to, because you want to just not read any of that at all. And it always says yes, but you have to scroll down and hit no. I've done that so many times, it's... I can't even talk right because of how many times I've done that. But yeah, he pretty much just makes sure that you're on your adventure, doing your thing, saving Hyrule, you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So it turns out in the original Legend of Zelda, it didn't become a tradition to name your daughter Zelda after generation until that game, because an evil wizard put a curse on her for eternal slumber because the prince didn't receive the Triforce. Zelda did. So he felt really bad afterwards, and he made a custom and a tradition to name your daughter Zelda generation after generation until finally she awakens her slumber. I actually never knew that, so I thought that was pretty cool. So I guess all these times from Skyward Sword till that game, I guess they've just been calling Zelda for, I don't know, giggles. Oh yeah, so one last thing for the week. So the timeline where Link defeats Ganon, but it starts the Great Sea. I always thought Link stayed in that timeline, since he was the hero of time. People knew him as the hero of time. Well, turns out he also goes back in time. Now at first, my mind was like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense at all. But it turns out he goes back in time after he opens the door of time. So people still know him as the hero of time. But of course, Ganondorf just makes his way back in there eventually. He's like, I'm gonna take over Hyrule, and he's gone, and Hyrule's kind of doomed, and therefore the gods put Hyrule underneath the ocean. That starts the whole Great Sea timeline. Well, that's all I got for the week. Follow me on Twitter if you have any questions, or leave a YouTube comment underneath the video if you have any questions for me. I'll gladly answer them in the next video. Until then, see you guys later. Remember, read your Zelda Bible, because it's your new religion.